It's the home of the Celtics here in Boston as 2K Sports brings you today's action live. We're all set to bring you NBA action. This is Kevin Harlan, joined as always by Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr. The Celtics are looking to grab one here for the home fans in Boston before heading out on the road. They're one of the most dangerous teams in the NBA right now. No question, they've won 7 of their last 8.
Well, these two teams know each other so well, Kevin. And you know the old expression, familiarity breeds contempt. I think that's the case. Usually these games between these two clubs get a little testy.
Yeah, there's always a little something extra at stake, Steve, when it's a game between these two squads. It should be really a lot of fun.
So with Gasol on the bench, this is the group Mike Brown has right now. And in the backcourt, Nash and Kobe. Earl Clark is out there with Howard. And it's World Peace hit at the 3 spot. And for the Celtics, Bass and KG, the big ticket, patrol the inside. Avery Bradley is out there with Lee. And it's Pierce in at the small forward position.
You know, throughout the history of the NBA, the Celtics have been such a constant presence in the postseason that it's hard to imagine the playoffs without seeing the green. Every year the players change, but the Celtics' mystique is always in it, and that team is always hanging around.
Bryant. Shot, no good. And it's Boston the other way. This game coming on the heels of their win against Chicago.
And you look at the box score from that game, guys, and the first thing you notice is how many turnovers they forced.
Yeah, and one thing the box score doesn't show is just how many points came as a direct result of those turnovers. There were a whole bunch of them.
It's really the mark of a great franchise. Boston expects great things from the Celtics each year, and more often than not, Steve, they deliver.
Yeah, you don't get all those banners that they have in that building without executing in the postseason. That's what this Celtic team has done the last few years. They play together, they play hard, they defend, and they're at their best when their best is needed.
Oh, that's blocked. Just around a minute and a half into the first quarter. Nash outside. Shoots over Bradley. Goes right up. And it's Howard finishing it off.
You can't stop him. You can only hope to contain him.
So it's Boston now, and playing the Lakers here for the second time.
That was one of those games where everybody has fun because it blew them out, the bench play, everybody got in on the act.
You know, he got one step ahead of the defense on that one. Excellent job.
Bradley against Nash. With the lead pass. Clark dishes to World Peace. Drains it from beyond the arc. World Peace has got himself on the board with 3 there. Going back to what Steve said, Clark, how about the massive contribution they got from their bench in that win?
Kevin, it was very impressive. There's no denying that. I mean, you wouldn't have known who were the starters and who were the reserves based on the production.
And here's Bradley. After Meta World Peace hitting the 3. Pierce inside the 3-point line. Again, Pierce missing.
He's laboring out there right now, guys. The shot has not been falling for him this quarter.
Kobe kicks to Clark. That's in, coming off an assist by Kobe.
That's going to be important for this team to fight over the top of screens defensively.
Yeah, you got to tag him and stay right close to him because with his touch, he doesn't need much space to get his shot off.
Now, here's Bradley. Coming in off a 10-point performance last game out. Over Howard. Bradley can't get it to go.
He had a defender draped all over him. Not really the best shot there.
Well, not the shot you hope for when it's well contested like that.
Here's World Peace. 11 points for him in that last game against the Clippers. 6 to shoot. Near the 3-point line, it's Nash. That's good. And it's Kobe with the assist. Nash has got his second bucket of the game to go. And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter.
Steve Nash is an 8-time All-Star, a 2-time MVP. I think a lot of people forget about that, and also has this unfortunate distinction. He's played the most playoff games of any player who didn't make the finals, but that still doesn't diminish what's been a Hall of Fame career.
Those were back-to-back MVP tests.
That's right.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles. You go back to Nash, you could argue he's really accomplished everything you could hope for in the NBA, except, Steve, winning a championship, as Clark just mentioned.
Well, it reminds you a little bit of John Stockton, who was probably the dominant point guard of his era, also did not win a championship. But now with him joining the Lakers, though, you figure he'll have a great chance of getting that ring. He's playing with some talented players in L.A.
Right now, it's all working for him here in the first. The shots have been falling.
Yeah, their offense has been very impressive. If they keep this up, Clark, they're going to be tough to beat.
Terry kicks to Pierce. Over Jamison. That's good from Paul Pierce on the assist by Terry. 6 points for Paul Pierce.
You know, as much as anybody in the league, Pierce is able to hit the tough, contested shots. And I think that's because of his strength and his skill level and his ability to knock defenders off balance before rising up and making his jump shot.
And, you know, you said earlier the big bucket down the stretch. Pierce always ready to do that. In the deciding moments of a game, that's when he really separates himself and deserves the moniker, the truth.
Terry the pass to Green. Barbosa. Off target from the baseline. 20 seconds left to play here in the first. Good looking screen by Gasol. Blake dishes to Gasol. Outside for Jamison. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Barbosa. It's Terry outside. Unbelievable shot at the buzzer.
Boy, this guy just as calm as can be. Even with the clock ticking down to 0, no pressure.
Gotta love the composure, right? He just didn't seem rushed at all. He just took his time and knocked it down.
Oh, we've seen some great shots in the first quarter. No shortage of offense. Lakers lead by 6. Let's take a quick break now, and then it's on.
Tune in next Wednesday night. Carmelo Anthony and the New York Knicks go up against Paul George and the Indiana Pacers. Don't miss out.
All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And what stands out to you from the Lakers in this one?
Just the start they wanted to this game. Solid offense. They got good ball movement. They established a nice rhythm.
Yeah, not stagnant at all. Free-flowing and fluid at the offensive end.
They've got Green. Lee out there with Terry. Then there's Wilcox. And it's Garnett in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Celtics. Well, it was the Los Angeles Lakers in their last game, a loss to the Clippers.
And the opponent's shooting percentage is what stood out to me in that game. You can't give up so many easy looks and expect to win.
Yeah, it was an emotionless performance, Steve. That's the way I describe it. I mean, they basically laid down, rolled over defensively.
Here's Terry. It's sent back by Howard. Nash with it. He's picked up by Lee. Nash against Lee. Latre. The shot by Nash, no good. Celtics trail by 6. Terry kicks to Lee. From the arc. Shot is blocked. And so it looks like the Celtics will retain possession here. And a whole new group out on the floor for the Celtics. The Lakers also making some changes. Antoine Jamison's checked in for Howard. And Steve Blake is subbed in for Steve Nash. Bradley passes to Bass. Over Blake. Boston. No good that time either.
And they're struggling a little bit on the glass. They've got to pick up their physical play in the paint.
Yeah, it's about being tougher and more physical, just as you said, Steve. If they can do that better, they've got a chance to come back.
That's good. And it's Kobe with the assist. Kobe's got 3 assists now in this one.
What I love about Doc Rivers, the Celtics head coach, is the consistent message he has for his team. Defense, share the ball, trust your teammates. And that's what that club is all about.
It's Pierce on the wing. Shoots the 3. Boston again missing. Lakers leading by 8. Blake kicks to Jamison. There's the 3. The rebound by Pierce. You know, Steve, you look at the success the Celtics have had. Rivers was there back when the team wasn't so great, and the organization stuck with him, and now he is stuck with them.
I think that's a credit to the Celtics organization, Kevin, because so often NBA teams fire their coaches when things go badly, but Rivers didn't have any talent back then. Once he got some talent, Everybody realized what a great coach he was because he's put them together. They've been consistent and unified, and he does such an amazing job of communicating to his team and motivating them. That's why they've been on this long run. Well, the thing that comes to mind to me is how effective he is around the rim. I mean, he can finish with either hand and finish strong.
And I'd say this about him, too. I mean, if you're the guy defending him, you better be on your toes because he can take you off the dribble very easily and effectively.
Terry kicks to Bass. Over Jamison. Bass's shot. Good.
Been a little too easy for him inside, hasn't it?
Yeah, I think so, Steve. I mean, they've really dictated the action in the paint. That's been their focus, and the defense hasn't mounted much resistance at all.
One of the great jump shooters in this league, Jason Eugene Terry, calls himself the Jet. Accurate off the pull-up, can shoot with range or pick you apart from the foul line area, and most effective going right. When he gets the ball one dribble to his right hand, he's as good as anybody in the league.
Barbosa. The shot will not go. And it's the Lakers the other way. Kobe kicks to world peace. Pierce with the steal. And now here comes Terry late in the break. The fadeaway. That drops. Terry's got 5 now. And Terry, of course, a great scorer. His defense on the other end, probably a little bit below average.
Yeah, he's getting up there in age, and he's never been a stalwart defensively. It's a lot tougher as you get older to stay in front of people, but it's definitely his offense that gives him tremendous value.
And Antoine Jamison, the bucket on the assist from Kobe. Kobe's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. So the Celtics called timeout, their first.
You know, I heard an interview with Kobe. They asked him when he knew he was special at basketball. And he said he scored 60 points in a game back when he was 6 years old. 60.
Here's what Boston's going with right now. Kevin Garnett, he's checked in for Bass. Wilcox comes in for Jeff Green. And it's Lee in for Leandro Barbosa. Terry with it, picked up by Kobe. Terry kicks to Pierce. Goes up to the stripe. That's good. Pierce has got 8. And Steve, Kobe obsessive about the game at a young age. Even at 6 years of age, he was already focused on developing his left hand. You know, his dad played in the NBA for such a long time, guided him along, grew up basically in Italy where his dad was coaching pro basketball. Clarkie was exposed to so much, but obviously from a very early age, he was very focused.
Well, Joe Jellybean Bryant, his dad, who played a long time in the NBA, 9+ years, and then another 7 in Europe or so. So he's been around the game and has grown up in what has been the family business for Kobe.
Now winding down, they're going to go for the last shot here in the quarter.
Yeah, I like the recognition there. They're going to play for the last shot, just as you said.
And that'll be the Lakers as it goes out of bounds. Lakers retain possession. We've got 13 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Right side, Kobe. In low to Howard. With 2 seconds left. With 1 on the clock.
All business there, not messing around one bit. Flushed it right with one hand.
He never does, Clark. He never does.
Well, that's kind of his trademark, those slams like that one.
The clock runs out, and we're heading to halftime.
Now, presented by Sprint.
Welcome to the 2K Sports Studios. Such great rivalry going on tonight. And you know what time it is. It's your chance to make your picks for the day. That's all we've got here. Now, back to Kevin, Steve, Clark, and Doris for the second half.
Welcome back to Boston, Massachusetts. The skyscrapers all lit up overlooking downtown. You look at Kobe Bryant in this game, I mean, he has been everywhere.
Yeah, give him credit. He's been very selective with his shots, and it's paying off for him and his team.
You know, he's taking exactly what the defense has given him, and he's not forced anything. That's exactly how he should play the game, in my opinion.
Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. So the Lakers 5 right now. Kobe Bryant and Metta World Peace filling out the wings. Howard is out there with Earl Clark, and it's Nash in at the point guard.
Ammonia strong finish right there, partner. You hear me? That was ammonia strong.
Yeah, ripped it down with 2 hands.
That's about as high percentage as you can get.
Nash against Bradley. Can't cash in the runner.
A humongous lead for them here. I mean, they've really done a good job of controlling the flow of the game.
Yeah, and I think it's the rebounding they have to thank for that, Clark, because it's really set the tone in this contest.
It's Nash with the drive. And here's Kobe from the arc. Rebound Boston. Guys, their comeback bid had better get started.
I think there's still enough time for them here, Kevin. I think there's a good chance they can make it happen.
I don't know. I mean, it's going to take a pretty big run. They're going to have to be almost perfect to get this one done.
Well, you know what? You really expect him to knock that jumper down when he gets a good look like that.
You know, when you think about the history of the Lakers, obviously some phenomenal talent, Jerry West, Magic Johnson. You know, you can talk about the big fella with the sky hook, but Kobe Bryant, I mean, you could make the argument that he is the greatest Laker of all time. Think about that.
That's good by Garnett.
Well, certainly a floor spacer offensively. You can't leave him, a guy with such great range. So anytime you've got a situation where he's moving towards that open spot on the floor, you've got to rotate out quickly.
And let me take this time to also mention his scoring ability in the post. I mean, his technique on the low block is picture perfect. The footwork is exquisite. Everything else about it is impeccable, too.
Backing down is Bryant. Howard up on top. Outside world peace. Pass to Nash. This one for three. Gets the bucket. Nash has got 7 points in the game. Big thought there, Steve, on Kobe Bryant. I tend to agree. Potentially the greatest Laker of all time. Clark, what do you see?
Well, I'd have to put him right there at the top of the heap. I mean, they've got such a storied history of great players. But Kobe would be, in my mind, at the top of the list.
And a new group in for the Celtics. Collins checked in for Garnett. Green comes in for Brandon Bass. Leandro Barbosa. He's checked in for Courtney Lee. And it's Terry in for Avery Bradley. The Lakers also making some changes. Pau Gasol is checked in for Howard. Jamison comes in for Meta World Peace. And it's Jody Meeks in for Kobe.
Looked like they found the soft spot in the defense there.
It's Pierce with the drive. Cuts to the middle. The Lakers with the rebound. Clark's got 6 rebounds in the game.
And that's the way it's been. A big margin for them in the rebounding category.
You know, sometimes you got to get down and dirty and do the dirty work. And in this one, they've done it, and it's paid off on the scoreboard in a big way.
Pierce inside the three-point line. Gets the jumper from the corner to fall. Pierce has got 12. Lakers leading by 11. Nash outside. 1:29 left to play in the third. Gasol, no good.
He still couldn't finish, even though it looked like he had a lane to the rim. But too often, that's the story for him.
Terry outside. That is good. He has 7. 1:10 left in the third quarter. Nash against Terry. Gasol, a screen on Terry. And Nash, here we go. Back to Jamison. Passes it to Nash. For the 3. They get the rebound. Clark kicks to Jamison. Over Pierce. Jamison with the basket on the assist by Clark. Jamison's got 5 points so far. Celtics trail by 11. The dish to Barbosa. Green up on top. Feeds it to Terry. The Celtics working the ball around now. Here's Pierce. And another basket for Boston.
Doing a nice job of knocking down jump shots, aren't they?
Yeah, they are, Steve. I mean, their mid-range game has been formidable and right on task. Really picking this defense apart.
They set the pick. Nash with it. Guarded now by Jason Terry. Nash outside. He kicks it to Meeks. The dive for the ball. And it's out of bounds. The Lakers able to retain possession here. "19 seconds left to play in the third. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And Kobe gets it to go. Kobe's got 11 points.
And the defense really has to pick it up here, guys. They allowed themselves to get picked too easily.
That's tipped. And now Nash pushing it up. No one back to stop him. That's good. 9 points in the game so far.
Man, offensive execution has been the story here. Just playing beautiful basketball.
And guys, you can see it in their advantage.
And as we end.
Coming up next Thursday night, LeBron James and the Miami Heat take on Joakim Noah and the Chicago Bulls. Live from Chicago. It's the real deal.
I ain't no joke. I used to let the mic flow. Now I slam it when I'm gonna make sure it's broke.
Hello and thanks for joining us, folks. The fourth quarter of play should begin momentarily. Now, let's check in with Doris Burke for the Sprite Uncontainable Game. Doris?
Thanks, Kevin. Today, it's the Lakers coming away with the uncontainable game. No problems for them so far in this one as they have played a seamless game. You'll have to think they'll be able to keep it going here in the fourth.
Thank you, Doris. Brandon Bass and Kevin Garnett, the duo inside. Avery Bradley is out there with Terry, and it's Lee in at the 3, the small forward. That's who's in the game for the Celtics. And the technical free throw is good. Paul Pierce is checked in for Jason Terry. Antoine Jameson's checked in for the Lakers. Nash comes in for Steve Blake. Kobe with it. He's picked up by Lee. Kobe attacking. Nash outside. Shot clock at 6. Back to world peace. Jacks up a 3. The shot no good. Excellent D there from Pierce. Celtics trail by 14. Lee outside. Back to Bradley. Now here's Kobe, the fast break opportunity. The rebound by Garnett. Garnett's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Bradley against Nash. And here's Bass. And the pass to Lee. Over Kobe. Some solid defense from Kobe.
Man, a nice job there defensively, just getting a hand up enough to bother the shot.
Yeah, that was very nice. Impressive. It made it a much more difficult shot.
He feeds it to world peace. Jameson, the 3 ball, gets it to go. And the Lakers lead by 17.
Tell you what, with the 3-pointers flowing, this defense is really struggling right now.
Yeah, it's a big differential in points off of threes, and they've got to do a better job of closing out defensively. And you really don't want to give up too many dunks like that. One is too many.
Oh, yeah, no, certainly you're right. You know, that's making it way too easy for sure.
Yeah, major breakdown defensively. They've got to tighten things up here.
Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Mike Brown was saying to his team. He said nobody but us believed we'd be in this position, and here we are. I'm proud of you guys tonight. Now go finish this thing off.
Thanks, Doris.
They're doing their best to erase the deficit here with some smart passes and some good shooting. I mean, those two things go hand in hand. If you're going to make shots, then the passes have to be on target and on time.
Kobe attacking. He dishes it to Howard. And there's the feed to Nash. 5 to shoot. Howard with a screen on Lee. Launches a 3. Pierce with the rebound.
Now, remember, he did make a 3-pointer in the first half, so we'll see if he can find the range here in the second.
Bradley dishes to Garnett. Good D by Howard.
Great defense in the paint there, making it tough on the offense.
That's what he brings, a presence. I mean, you saw it on that miss.
Right side, Kobe.
I'll tell you what, I like the introduction of the zone defense about a decade ago because it cleaned up the game. It used to be with the illegal defense call that they had, teams would just rely heavily on isolation plays and clearing sides of the floor. The zone means you can't do that as much, so you have to be much more strategic in your approach offensively.
Well, the worry with the zone, Steve, is what you were just talking about, is that it would lead to too much bunkering from teams, but it hasn't really been the case we've seen so far.
No, it hasn't really. It's been used, I think, as it should be. You know, kind of an alternate look, change in strategy. The best teams use it periodically, not as a steady diet. But you mix it in there, and I think you can use it to great effect.
Out to Nash. That's good, and it's Kobe with the assist. Kobe's got assist number 7 for him tonight.
Looking to close this game out strong here.
Yeah, this one will be put away if they can get just a few more buckets. He can put it on ice.
Earl Clark's checked in for the Lakers. Tipped away. Kobe with the steal. Nash outside. Dishes it to Howard. Clark guarded by Garnett. Out to Nash. Nice ball movement here by the Lakers. Bryant. Good, and the assist goes to Nash. 16 points for Kobe Bryant.
Well, that's been nice, efficient work, guys, that he's been doing. I mean, we haven't seen him take many bad shots, and that's the sign of a mature, poised player.
We've got 1:23 left in the fourth quarter. And Bradley gets it to go.
And a big change we saw last season was an adjustment to what's known as the rip-through call. That's where a player with the ball sees the defender's arms out and kind of goes up right through the arms and draws the foul. And the league ruled that it would still be a foul, but it would be called on the ground depending on where the player was and where the defender was. But they're not going to give the benefit of the doubt as much to the shooter.
And they're closing this game out in style. I mean, I like what they're doing here, competing till the very end.
That's certainly what it looks like. I mean, there's no let-up in him so far.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Steve Nash. That's his first foul. And the Celtics making a change here. Terry's checked in. And then for the Lakers, Pau Gasol is checked in for Clark. Jody Meeks comes in for Kobe. And Steve Blake is subbed in for Steve Nash. The rip-through rule change, Steve. Some vets who like to trick rookies might miss it. But it seems like it's the right direction.
Well, I don't think it's a great basketball play. So I think it was a smart move by the league to cut back on that play. You still call the foul, but you don't give the guy the 2 free throws. To me, it made perfect sense.
Shot by Terry, no good.
Excellent. Really solid job, actually, by the defense to get in his way as he was going up for that one.
Kicks it to Blake. Gasol passes to Blake. And the Lakers take on 2 more.
Well, the outcome is not in question now. They've got it all wrapped up.
Agreed. I mean, they're just looking to simply run the clock out now.
Here's Garnett. Oh, the one-hand jam.
You know, he can be a little awkward with the ball sometimes when it's in his hands, but not that time.
Why do you think it is we don't see more of those out of him, Steve?
I don't know. I mean, he's certainly got the size. He just lacks the confidence, I think, sometimes near the basket.
And so it's the Lakers taking care of business here. You know, Clark, every team has a bad night. These guys might want to watch the tape of this game the next.
Moved up, son. Word. Yeah. To all the and the $100 billers. For real, who ain't got no feelings.